Reporting live, obviously from #influ. Get 101. #listen vibes. Yo, we have something crazy we want to share. Listen to this, man.
Okay, so we came across this post on Facebook. Some guy posted, "Did you know graduate? Did you know graduation gown protects your skin against the sun and reducing skin cancer by 85%?" He also he also said, "When someone dies in your family, all those without degrees are suspected of witchcraft. Get yours today." I just here's the last one. He said, "I post about my degree every day because it's not like the driver's license that you bought." I just want to find out wat dink julle van die saak? Want die slaap my nog als bietjie binne. Because this guy, it seems to me, the people without degrees, hy nyatsa ons.
Yeah, it sounds rare.
Because, yeah, what do you people think? By the way, can I ask, do you have a degree? In
Not at all. Nothing. Nothing. I get your degree.
Oh, I don't know the SPF of that gown. I didn't know product
Yeah.
as an SPF. Now, what is the SPF of that gown that
Because
you're wearing?
SPF is always 15, eh? SPF 15.
Yeah, 30.
Then is like
No, no.
100.
150.
And it's
Okay.
again skin cancer prevent. Oh?
so what do you think about this thing?
I think that guy because like he's no, like me, I don't have a degree. And egg fool some type of way because like Patinu say he's saying if you don't have a degree, they accuse you of witchcraft when somebody dies in the family. Like what relevance does that have?
The thing is, he makes
On
make
that.
of his use.
Yeah, a mag like is useless, and it's not the case because does he have money even? That guy.
Yeah, now he doesn't have money. Do you know?
Does he
But you
even-
know what I would like to say? Firstly, I find it really distracting, and also it's emotionally damaging to other people. You understand? We don't all have the same sense of humor when we come across such posts, and it's a matter of when you get your degree, people tend to forget that it's first you before what you've acquired. So now it means that you're no longer human because you no longer have sense of humanity. You no longer have respect for others. Just because you have that doesn't mean you've made it. So now you're sort of looking down on other people. Remember, I told you in my language. Now you see that it's really getting personal because I'm already starting to point
That-
things. Yes, the one that you asked me to teach you. In my language, we say, "O se bone nongo fofela godimo, o tla fatshe ke ga yona." So when you translate that, it means don't see a bird flying up high. It eats on the ground. So now you're going to look down on people because you believe you've made it. Kamalista. Am I saying that right? Yeah. You believe that you've made it. However, forgetting that tomorrow you are going to need the very same people that you're looking down on.
Definitely.
Now we are here in #listen, rather, right? Tomorrow we need an HR graduate. Ons kom hier dan vir jou met jou degree.
Yeah.
En ons sit nie ons het nie degrees nie, maar ons hier vir jou met jou degree.
Ek gaan vir jou jou salaris betaal.
Dan kry jy nog meer.
Verstaan?
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I like what you said. You actually phrase it very nice to say. Because if we work the same way, it's not that we don't advocate people to study or to get their degrees, but at the end of the day, I think there's a stigma, man. As 'n probleem met Suid-Afrika met hierdie gemors.
Yeah.
He is eerste klas gemors. Therefore, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
You understand? And listen, it is not maybe a youth thing. I'm not old, but I'm not youth anymore. So
Yeah.
it's that peer pressure. Therefore, also say I'm gemaakt vir you. It means it doesn't mean it doesn't have talent. You understand?
Yeah.
True.
Because I know a lot of people that has degrees, maak ook doctorates, and no practice.
Some of them also sitting at home.
That they are broke, nee. They are broke. But we're not, ons is nou nie bly met hulle broke is nie.
Ja.
But listen, daai degree, En dan sê ook nie, ons het regtig ook nie dat jy nie moet study.
Study nie.
You
Yeah,
don't
true.
do that. But there's something I want to say. I've got a lot of friends. Like 90% of my friends is die slimste mense op aarde. Toe gaan study in 'n sekere goede wat hulle passionate is about. So when they got to the university, they studied, most of them studied, 90% of them studied. They didn't finish. They didn't finish their degree. But it doesn't make them stupid or dumb. But I believe that thing is still haunting them because they didn't finish. So they are so simple. They 10 to 1 they think others don't because they didn't finish. But me personally, you can see the way they articulate it, like the way they speak and the knowledge that they have. That answers deeper parts of most of my friends. But because they don't have the paper, society see them as dumb. You understand?
Yeah.
Means what dumb.
And forgetting that circumstances also are what sort of contributes to people not being able to go to school. You understand? I always say we're living in a structure where the poorest of the poor are getting poorer and the richest of the rich are getting richer. Understand? So now if I'm to give a bursary to someone who is well off just because I know their mother, and I'm discouraging the one who actually is smart, but now because of the background or where they're from, or they cannot reach the resources, now because it's gotten to that point, I might think that they're stupid.
Yeah.
However, I always still say you are first human before whatever it is that you accumulate. It doesn't matter whether you have 5 trillion or 50 billion or how much, you know what I'm saying? You are still human. So if you forget where you come from, remember that it's not always green on the other side. You will come to the darker side. And now we won't be there to assist you because you look down on us. Why am I good today? So you get people like, it's only necessary when required.
Yeah. Another thing that I also realized, the people with the degrees now. And I'm quite scopy, bloody bad stuff that's happening on a day-to-day basis. So the people with the degrees, even when you give input, because you don't have a degree, who are you? I've got the degree, I've got the honors, I've got the masters, I've got the doctorate. Who are you to tell me 1 + 1 is 2? I've got friends that's clever. Then we've got people that even tell us, listen, go get your degree. Not for me, because again, I will get my degree. Ek is my life and preparation. I saw I can make $1. Yes, maybe I could have been richer. Maybe I could have made billions. But most of the time, if you see, you would see some mensen raak confused met die university goed wat ons van praat in Suid-Afrika. Dan mense maak so groot geld met enige ding. Anything. Nee. And we've got the people with the degrees, nee. So much knowledge. Maar hulle is what is poor in Afrikaans?
Poor.
Arm.
Hulle is deep arm. And then you have your degree, but we stay once. Let's say Sabbath, which is called tips. Home baby. Kaleshue. I'm saying, was really kids to was raised some taxi, take the degree. On the salary, this yalla. So please explain, Master, who that is on Facebook. I thank you.
This lady was giving. And as far as she said, like, people with degrees, ons blame in South and now you're looking down on me and rate taxi and what. It's the same thing van ek enjoy ons liewer en altyd op onder die broodlyn. Hoe sê mense ja, onder die broodlyn. Maar jy het 'n degree en jy het nog die nerve om neer te kyk op my. Ek het ook chomies wat pap degrees het. Is nog nie regte rede maar
Jy het nog 'n pap.
man. Dan voel hulle ook hulle het nou arrive. Maar I mean really, breek my met 'n 7 degree man. Nie 'n 4 pap ene nie. And I thank you.
It's the pop degree for me. But yeah, that is true. Like we need to notice also the state of economy that we're in right now. So now you can't be coming and bragging about something that is not really actually giving you income.
Yeah.
And also we need to understand the stigma. Like, it's still the stigma, right? The stigma of having a degree. you get that sometimes you go to school, you study, and you study for something that you love at that
Yeah.
particular time. But when you come back, like there is nothing that you want to do with it. So now you're sitting with a degree that you're not happy about. Understand? And still people are gonna still be looking down on you.
It's
That's
all.
true. Sorry.
Uh,
But it's true what you say. You get people studying, and I've got a lot of respect for everybody and whatever you love and what you're passionate about. Because we all need each other. It's like a body. It doesn't mean because the brain is doing as you have to stick work and do it immediately. And today your finger is taken off. Maybe you won't die, but you will still feel something is missing from the body. So we all need each other. So I won't say some kind of discipline or you said like whatever you want to study or career that you path that you chose. But there's career paths like you go to U of you go to UCT, you go to the university, then you study social work. Ignorant. I'm in business. I said, what do you for a social worker? That's what. And he's like, true. This lady, because that people not they don't get paid. They don't get paid directly. Like to be honest, they don't get paid. You get engineers, ne? People go study engineering, ne? But I think most of the time you don't get the this advice. What is it? Advice? Career advice. Whatever.
Guidance.
You just think because there's this thing called engineering, we need them. You understand? I know a lot of we speak engineers, private technicians, private technologists, private engineers. Like in Japan and Australia and Russia and as well. But at the end of the day, I saw degree Papa. I did it for 5 minutes. And in other 5 minutes, I'm a polite. But I'm just saying. So, I'm relevant goed dat. But ons allemaal kan help. Yes, if he wants to encourage us to study, there's lots of ways of doing it.
True.
You even talk for me for studying. Because that, ons raak nie kwaad nie. Maar ons wil hom net terugdruk om te sê, ken jy is wat? Bring hom toe. Yes, show us your degree, can show us your bank statement as well. And I thank you.
Thank you and advice. Auntie, like if you were like to advise people who have degrees or people who want to study for degrees or people who are currently studying for degrees, what is it that you would say to them? Understand? What is it that you would say to them that what you're doing is good, but do it better, man. Don't now come at us and want to make us feel belittled.
Okay, so the first thing, I'm going to speak to the people that has degrees. First thing, your degree does not make you, does not define who you are. It does not make you better than the next person. You just have your paper, it's fine. We all are gonna get there eventually. So, my rat, as Muni neerkijk op die next mensen, ons allemaal leven op dezelfde broodlijn. We're not running the same pace. You were in front, I was at the back, but I can catch up if I want to, but I don't. And yeah, for people who want to study and obtain the degrees, I would first find out what you love. That's the most important. Do what you love. You can't go study something, then you just like, okay, this thing is going to make me money. This thing is what. Find out what you love. Do not go for something and study something that actually with his, means, highly in demand. So it's like data science and stuff. Go for those things.
True.
Those things will bring you money. But
also a guarantee that you're gonna get the job that you're studying for.
Because it's highly in demand. And secondly, get a career coach, man, or get someone to help you with everything. Like what do I call her? The woman that was speaking in the background.
Advisor.
The advisor said, get someone that will help you in your career path, that will help you decide, that will go in depth with you on what you want to study. And yeah, that's it. Just do what you love. Like I'm doing what I love, and I don't need a degree for that as well. Yeah, and you? Do you have any advice?
Do I have any advice? I think you tackled everything, but I'd say do research, find out what you're doing, if it's in demand. Understand? Don't now just do it because you want to obtain. Is
Mm.
it something that you love? Thirdly, is it something that is guaranteeing you a job after you're done? Right now, we're moving towards the fourth industrial revolution. So some jobs are actually not going to be paying, or we are eventually being replaced by robotics. It's so sad. So now, look at fields like your digital marketing. Those are platforms that are paying. Look at what you're doing. How can you monetize it? Does it require you to go to school? Yes, go to school and study. However, understand that you are only acquiring knowledge. If you
Yeah.
can't use the knowledge that you're acquiring there, so it's pointless.
Is
So yeah, man. And also understand the difference between knowledge and sufficient knowledge. Because a knowledgeable person will go to university, study, pass, get their degree. But a person who has sufficient knowledge will understand that it's not always that life is gonna go as planned.
Yeah.
Understand? So how do you now turn and say, okay, this is the different route that I'll take. How does your career path marry well with what you're passionate about? Monetizing is important. The economy is bad, Papa. Yo, we are struggling out here. So yeah, we all about
we
that.
really are,
We
Shane.
really are. So that's it from my side.
And that's that from
Yes, the degree and the proof of payment.
Put them together. That's that from us today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this conversation we had. Liseri, I enjoyed it so much. Advisor, thank you for advising us. Your board was full.
Oh, that was personally.
Advisors, the board was full. But thank you for the input you have given. And from us here on Info Market 101, we'll see you next time. Thank you.